In this video, we're going to take a look at Tyndale's Life Application New Testament Commentary book. If you have a Life Application Study Bible, then you're going to be very familiar with this kind of format, this kind of layout. Let's take a close look at it here real quick. It's Life Application's New Testament Commentary book, New Testament only. It has over 2,500 notes, and it covers every verse of the New Testament. Here it is from Tyndale, Life Application. Remember, it's New Testament only. New Testament only. They have yet to make an Old Testament commentary book. I can tell you that as soon as they do, I will be all over it. If you've watched any of my previous videos, you know that I just absolutely love the Life Application study notes. They're very meaningful, they're real deep, they're real accurate, and they really do challenge you to apply the scriptures to your life. Huge Life Application fan. So let's jump into it here real quick. First off, it's much like a school textbook, about the size of it, the feel of it. Got the hardcover here. It's very durable. The binding's been really good. So no issues with the durability of it. So here we go. Not much in this book outside of commentary itself. But that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for the commentary. That's the meat and potatoes of the Life Application. So we have the table of contents here. It's all on one page, as you can see. We got Matthew through Revelation. Then we have the harmony of the Gospels. That's it. You're not going to find charts. You're not going to find maps, illustrations, color, nothing like that in here. It's not a Bible handbook. It's nothing like that. It's just a commentary book, and it's Life Applications. So then we have the introduction, and then it jumps right into it. Okay, so Matthew. Obviously, the first book of the New Testament. What I really wanted to point out is the detail and how in depth the book introductions go. Each book has an introduction, and they are pages long. So each one's going to get a map, and I'll hold it up here for you so you can get a better look. Each one's going to get a map, then you're going to get the introduction, and then you're going to get this little kind of a timeline over here. So Herod the Great begins to rule in 37 BC. Jesus is born in 5 to 6 BC. Escape to Egypt, 5 to 4 BC. So you're always going to kind of know where you're at in the scheme of things when it comes to history. So you're going to get an introduction. You're going to get an author. I'm going to flip the page here. You're going to get a date and setting, the audience, the message, the occasion and the purpose. And we're still going here. So what was that, 5, 6 pages? You're also going to get an outline. So we have the outline of Matthew here. Another thing I really like is, even though you've just been set up with, what, a 5 or 6 page introduction to this book, every time the story starts to change, to shift as you read through, you're also going to get these little dissertations here at the beginning. Okay, so Matthew 1, the record of Jesus' ancestry. So you're going to get a little dissertation here from the commentaries to set you up for what you're getting ready to read, what part of the story, of God's story, you're getting ready to read here. So I really like that. They're going to make sure that you're well informed, and they're very detailed. So it goes along till we get to chapter 1, 18 through 25 of Matthew. An angel appears to Joseph. So, and they didn't tell you. And in this section, Matthew relates the story behind Jesus' birth. Although God's actions were beyond their comprehension, and although they may have faced misunderstandings and questioning looks from those around them, Mary and Joseph willingly follow God's guidance. How willingly are we to do what God wants? No matter what, can we follow God's guidance without question? Okay, so they're always going to set you up for the next part of what you're getting ready to read. So here we get into Matthew chapter 2. Visitors arrive from the eastern lands. So they give you a little dissertation, set you up for what you're getting ready to read. So as if the book introductions, the lengthy book introductions I might add, as if that wasn't enough, you're going to always get these little kind of setup essays, as I call them, throughout. So let's jump ahead here. I wanted to also show you, well, another thing, while I'm thinking about it, another thing that I really like, and a lot of commentary books do this, and I really appreciate them doing it, is so when you get to a commentary note, okay, so here we're in Mark chapter 4, verse 14. Whatever word is taken straight from the Bible, they make it bold, so you know that this is what was said in the Bible, okay? So in 4:14 it says, the farmer was Jesus, okay? Farmer is in bold, so you know the word farmer is actually in the text, in verse 14 of chapter 4. God's message is bold, so you know that it's taken straight from the text when it's bold. So I really like that, so it lets you know what part of the Bible that is actually being quoted, if you will, in a particular study note. Really enjoyed that. You can see these dissertations that you get throughout. Those are very helpful. That's leaders demand a miraculous sign. The commentators are going to set you up for what you're getting ready to read. So that was really awesome. I never find myself with the Life Application study notes. I never find myself sitting there pondering, what does this mean? Or what's going on here? What's the setting of this? Because they make sure that you're well informed. Do an excellent job of that. I know 1 Corinthians, let me take you to 1 Corinthians, just to show you how lengthy and detailed their book introductions are. So this is where 1 Corinthians starts. You got your map, you got your introduction, your author, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, almost 10 pages of just book introduction, just to set you up for 1 Corinthians. 9.5 pages, almost 10 pages. Very impressive, very impressive. And it's not a boring read either. I mean, I read all this. It's very engaging. I don't get bored reading this whatsoever. That's one of the big things I like about Life Application is they're very conversational. They're very meaningful. They keep you well engaged. You want to just keep on reading. Life Application to me has always been a page turner. Just absolutely love Life Application. Let me take you to the back here. Like I said, outside of the commentary, you're not going to find anything except the harmony of the Gospels. This is 250, a list of 250 events from Christ's life of the Gospels, and we'll get to that here. Here we go. Harmony of the Gospels, 250 events in the life of Christ. All right, so like most study Bibles or even regular Bibles, they'll have a harmony of the Gospels located somewhere they're in. And this one does too. Just a harmony of the Gospels here is 250 events, and then that's it. I believe it's 281 pages. Yes, 281 pages here in this book. I don't have anything bad to say about this book. I love this book. You'll see in my written review, nothing bad to say. If I could just make a suggestion to Tyndale, it would be to please, please, please make an Old Testament Life Application commentary book to supplement this. That would just be awesome. I would be all over it if they would make an Old Testament Life Application commentary book. I would get my copy right away. If you're worried, here's an issue, not an issue, but here was a concern that I had when I found this book. I already had a King James Version Life Application Study Bible, and I had an NIV Life Application Study Bible. So my concern was, okay, well, I already have Life Application. Am I buying the same thing that I already have? Are they the same notes? And let me grab my Life Application. This is my King James Life Application Study Bible here. And just to show you, this is just the New Testament alone. Let me show you, it is actually bigger than my Life Application Study Bible. Okay, so the commentary book on the New Testament is bigger than my whole New and Old Testament commentary or study Bible that I have. So you can see here. So yeah, there's a lot more notes. Like the Life Application commentary book says, they cover every verse of the Bible. Of the New Testament, that is. Every verse of the New Testament of the Bible is covered. They either do it individually, each verse, or they may clump 2 or 3 verses into one dissertation. But it's logical for them to do that in some places because the verses are one drawn out thought. So they also do that here. So like Acts chapter 16, verse 4 and 5, both verses they discuss together. Okay, so I had no issue with that, but they do cover every verse of the New Testament. Another thing was, okay, if I have the Life Application Study Bible, are the notes going to say the same thing? No. Let me just tell you, it's in the Life Application Study Bibles, you may get 3 lines of a study note for a particular verse. Well, in this, I mean, look how far this is. This is chapter 14 of Romans, verses 15 to 16. And it takes up almost half the page here. And most study notes in this book are like this. They'll either not say anything at all compared to what's in your study Bible. It'll be totally different. Or they may hit on what's in your study Bible, but then add to it. It's almost like an expanded and revised version of your Life Application Study Bible. So I really don't run across too many notes that read the same as in my study Bible. I really don't. And as you can see, like I just showed you, there's really no room for them to add all of this into just the New Testament part of this. I mean, it really is a book all on its own. It really is a book all on its own. So I was really impressed with that. I didn't feel like I was wasting my money because I already had this in another fashion or a form. It wasn't like that at all. This is almost like a whole new book. The same writers, but they was like, you know what? Let's do this again, and let's expand it. Let's revise it, and let's make it more meaningful. And man, they really hit the nail on the head with this book. Love this book. No complaints. Highly recommend this book. Always life application. You highly recommend to the new believers, the new Christians, the immature Christians. Those are the baby Christians, as Paul would call them, the baby Christians. But I am not one of those, and I love life application, and I'm not even a baby Christian. I'm a seasoned Christian, and I absolutely love life application. It really speaks to me. It's like having your own pastor on hand. So highly recommend this to anyone, especially a new believer, but to anyone, because I know I really enjoy it. All right, thanks for watching. God bless.